But well, I passed my class 8 exam. Nothing forthcoming came on my way. They refused to take me anywhere because I had scored 346 and I was scored a very good extra county score. I didn't have money. No one is willing to take me, but I thank God that the church I was attending, came across, I won't mention the name, and that is how I saw my first leg. And I went with 16,000. An individual person is called, I think, Baba Derry, gave 30,000 and I went to high school. And now that's a new phase of my life, because I said now I can't dare again go back there, because now I'm sharing the physical, or the physical. I'm not sharing the spiritual life. Still I had some struggle spiritually, some struggle, because of the family setup was not Christian based. It was the old family, witchcraft based, the witch doctor based. And I didn't say I'm getting born again in the same family. When I went to high school, life literally changed, because, for example, for other students used to be visited in school. Me, I just used to, kudoya kwa wengine. But I thank God, God used to bring people who has good heart. Some student used to completely support me, like one of the guy who is in Germany right now. When I was in first high school, that is Kiagodo Boys, he used to share with me whatever he was having, the shopping. And other guys that really supported me. But still, it was a problem, because during the time of closing, I had nowhere to go, because I couldn't imagine my mind going back there, because I knew the hostility that is there, and I couldn't get the pocket money. I could not get anything, even the school fees. The school fees is piling up, and here I am. I don't have even a place to go. What I did, I used to be left at school. I used to pretend I'm those good performers. I'm remaining there to read with the Form 4s. And for me, it was a home, because I wanted to be left with a student. That is how it went through. Until Form 3, some student came across. I won't mention them. Some calling them me to their home. But one place that I was taken to Kayore, and it changed. Like I became a houseboy in that home. But I thank God, it was still a passing time. In Form 3, my principal chased me out of school, because he called me and he told me, Anthony, you look like that thing, the goat. That thing, I don't know what we call it, but you look like that thing, that it is not in the meat, it's not in the skin. You're not performing, you don't have school fees. And now you tell me, pick your box and mattress, you're gonna go to a CDF office. That was the worst time in my life, because I remember I picked the box. I didn't know where to go, who to call. And I remember my switch patron was cool, because Mr. Gore knew my story, and he told me, just leave your box here, just go to any office, just cry. And I asked, which office will I go? And to me, go to a DE office, and this education office, yeah. And I cried, and I sang that song of Eunice Jerry, will never forget till today, Bwana Yesu, kimbilio langu ni wewe, Bwana Yesu. And when I went to that office, she wrote the letter. The day I didn't know how God compelled her, and they went back to school. And there was a wicked challenge, and those people were in wicked challenge. So one person I was touched when she saw me and told me, you look to be so much disturbed. And that is how the old boy of that school cleared my school fees. But when I did my Form 4, I didn't perform. With all these challenges, I don't think you can perform. Okay. So there are people who perform, but for me, it was intense. I didn't perform. I got a C-. I went back to Form 3 to another school called Kagema High School. In Kagema High School, I went back with a C-. I know in Kiagodo, I was still chairman. I was still that person to be looked upon. I went back to Kagema. I became a school captain in the same school. But there God came across, because there's a guy who heard me speaking, or heard either me in a church or heard my story. I spoke to the mother. They stayed in Githurai. That is how, for the first time in my life, I got a family. You know, the people I can associate to, the way I can get love. Even they were not well up. The mother was doing just casual jobs. But she really told me, just come to my house, become like one of my son. She's called Mommy, I know. I appreciate she's my mom. She's my mom figure. And now that brother is Charles. He's called Charles Miano, and a sister, Kendall. That's how I like found a home. In that home now, that is why I started now knowing other people, like mother to my friend. We used to pray. She used to come and say, let's pray for my son, Nixon. Because I never knew that guy. Just pray for my son, Nixon. I didn't need him to perform. And because the lady used to perform, to support me completely, I felt an urge. You know, when in Kagema now, after 2 years, I didn't perform well again. I scored a B-.